If you want to be part of ensuring the existence of one of the few professional gaming media outlets that isn't being ruined, go to patreon.com/secondwindgroup and please consider giving whatever you can spare.
Hey there, Internet. Welcome to Adventure Is Nigh Season 4, The Cat's Paw. Meow. My name is Jack Packard. I am your Dungeon Master. And I am here with Jesse Galena.
Oh, shoot, that's me. Hey, everybody, I'm Jesse Galena. I play the Dikaria Grinderbin, who has failed at every attempt at persuading people to not murder each other.
Also here with Casey Wosu.
Hi, I play Sigmar Iceblood, who is chasing every lead and finding much of nothing.
Amy Campbell.
Hi, I play Deborah Yeatster, the Tabaxi cleric fighter who has a lot of questions, not many answers.
And Yahtzee Croshaw.
And I play Mortimer Rattlesworth Everwin Smythe. I didn't wear my suit jacket today because I'm getting serious and rolling up my sleeves, not because I forgot.
Last time on Adventure Is Nigh, you made your way out of a church of Vorothax, a church of Yathim, into an underground city, or what at least at one point was an underground city, through a bit of a secret door, really just a locked door, into a bit of a cellar of the ice giants, where you met an ice giant and you got some information from Gavaldon the Jerk. We learned some backstory, some possible connections. Who knows what's true or what's not? Gavaldon is a jerk. Yeah. You then made your way to the peace talks. You met Pando Mulch, the leader of the Flora folk, who is a giant, adorable tree. And of course, Dehydre and Stephen of the Siege met you there, where peace talks could begin. The peace talks are still ongoing, but what we discovered was a bit of information on the Omnigod, Vichera, the Omnigod, who resides in, at least as far as you're aware, some of the Flora folk. Pando broke off some branches and oozed out a black sap-like material that then congealed together, did a little dance, but something Pando wasn't expecting is then it started to crawl away. It started to crawl specifically towards the front line. And that's where we left off last episode. We're going to hit the ground running. Let's get this going right after we thank our sponsor for this season, Foundry VTT.
I think we're getting better at that.
Yeah, I think we are, yeah.
That was really synchronized.
Really fusion dancing it.
And I'll be honest, I forgot about that. And so that's beautiful. We use Foundry all the time. I've been using Foundry for both Adventures Night and my home games for a long time. I love using Foundry. This season, like all seasons, has been powered by Foundry. So thank you, Foundry VTT, my favorite virtual tabletop. So, my players.
Yes,
Hi.
I believe we ended last time with me going, follow that blob.
Yeah, so we were literally hitting the ground
That's
running.
right.
Like, look back to Dehydre and Pando and say, don't kill each other till we figure this out.
Don't worry about it. We're going to keep this talk going. I think I got him on the ropes. I think we're going to really win this conversation. Deborah, don't you worry. I talked to your mother, told her definitely don't fight. Great.
Well,
Awesome.
I have a lot of faith in that. Let's go.
I believe him.
The Ooze, which is heading kind of, well, we're going to say this early way.
Let's go this early way, everybody.
This way, everybody.
Yeah, so, the Ooze is...
Well, let's make a token attempt to communicate, saying, excuse us. Hi, any sentience in there?
It does not communicate back to you. What I will say is it has now been maybe a day and a half since you called the Christopher Walken, and in the distance you do hear click-shink, click-shink, You're probably at the edge of the Golden Forest at this point. The
Cool.
blob is still heading westernly. Hello!
Oh, hey, Dory.
Oh, now you
Oh.
bloody show up. Where were
He
you?
was doing his best.
I had to go around the mountains.
Yeah, it's a big distance. It's a lot of distance. Thanks, Dory. Hey.
Okay, so after a while, and this blob is moving at a very leisurely pace, the Christopher Walken shows up eventually.
Well, saves shoe leather. Might as well get in and keep following the blob.
Sure.
Man.
Okay. Cool.
Big question.
Big question.
Has the blob been moving in a straight line?
Absolute straight line.
We can go a little bit ahead of it.
Okay, great. So you're going to get ahead of it. You keep walking. It keeps schlorping along until eventually, what I will say here, you are on a crest overlooking
This.
no man's land.
Okay.
The front line, right? This is the battlefield. On one side, what you see is a bunch of Flora folk. On what would on this map be the top side, the northern side, right? You see a bunch of Flora folk. On the southern side, you see a bunch of Fauna folk. You also see a slew of embattlements, big weaponry, and troops that kind of look like they are ready to fight, but currently not fighting. Perception check from everyone.
14.
24.
24.
I perceive.
For Grinderbin, for Mortimer, for Sigmar, yeah, you take in the battlefield. You definitely notice, like, what I'll say is you see a little bit of movement on either side, like, but it's that tension. What are they going to do? What are we going to do? What's happening, right? We're not fighting right now. I'm used to fighting. Dabarella, for a 24 perception check, the thing that you take in is the slew of bodies. This is the front line. There would be a ton of both fauna folk and flora folk bodies. And for a 24, what you notice is the blood of the Flora folk is starting to move closer together. That black ooze is congealing a little bit into a bigger ooze.
So, it looks like the blood ooze is coming together in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Now you've pointed it out.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Do we want to try and stop it? What's going to happen?
Well, we can't touch it at all. We know that much.
Well, just a thought. But if there is something sinister in the Flora folk, it's probably at its strongest in the oldest and most powerful Flora folk. It could be that old Pando's contribution to this mess is what's going to trigger something.
Also, it may have a level of, like, awakenness that, like, this stuff, I don't know, maybe it won't be dangerous without the other stuff.
Let's think about this. If you
I
want
don't think we have time to think about it.
And because you've been looking at the battlefield for a little bit, the ooze is schlorping, but it's still behind you. You said you got in front of it specifically. So you hear the ooze is closer behind you still.
the Watchmen plan. We're trying to convince both sides that there's some darker, more horrifying thing manipulating them all. What better way to do that than with a giant monster?
Or they might think it's because of the other one and just be more upset with each other.
Well, then perhaps we could spread some seeds of certainty.
Oh, like warn them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
The ooze is now kind of to you, is on your level and going schlorping past you, heading
All right.
towards the front line.
Okay, you run to the Flora folk side and you say, something's coming. Forget the Fauna folk.
Okay.
Focus on that. With like, Devrella, you run to the Fauna folk side and give them the same message.
It might be our best bet.
Could we freeze it or something? Dabarella, you've got a big ice cream scoop.
The little one or the thing in the middle?
And you do
Both?
notice the thing in the middle is like all of the little blood droplets are getting closer.
Okay, we got
I
work.
actually think that's a good idea. Okay, you go that way. I'll go.
All right. You two try to slow it down somehow.
Dabarella, you try and slow it down by freezing it. I'll go to the fauna folk and find your mom. Like Grindervin probably has a chance of talking to the flora folk by
Right.
heading that way. But if anyone else does, like we might trigger something.
Right.
Okay.
Like the fauna folk at least recognize me. I can talk to Gratisha and maybe get them the information. Is that something I can see from where I am? Like, do I recognize anyone who was at the camp who was currently at the front line? Like, would any of the fauna folk we hung out with know that we were like peace, whatever?
Give me some sort of maybe like an investigation. We'll see. I'll see it because you are relatively far away. And so like, can you make out with 13. with your archer eyes? What do your elf eyes see? With a 13. You do see, I mean, there are plenty of centaurs there. So you do, for a 13, I'm going to say you can't spot anyone specifically. There might be someone you know. There might not be. There's a lot of centaurs.
Okay. Stabs, you and I are going to try to slow this thing down. Buy some time.
Yeah. And now, like, the black ooze is like, 20, 30 feet in front of you at this point, heading towards the front line, heading down the hill.
All right. Okay. Might as well try
Sprinting.
it. Universal speech.
Okay.
I'll activate universal speech and say, stop.
It does not stop. It continues to slurp away from you. You hear a gurgling.
Can Dabrella, now that she's seeing this thing moving, and your schlop sounds very similar to how you described Oob, can she do a check of some description to see if she can discern if this is Oob-like at all?
What kind of check would you like?
Animal handling.
Ooh.
100%. Sure, why not?
That's a new one.
Why not?
Our first animal handling roll.
Right?
So I would like to use a portent roll.
Oh, not I think last episode you rolled your 3 portent dice. You got a 1, a 16,
and a 20.
and a natural 20. You are not burning the natural 20.
No, I would like to burn the 16
Which
though.
will give her an unnatural 20.
Which will give me an unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Okay, so are you moving closer to it? Are you staying far back? What, like, describe for me what you are doing.
Should be trying to get closer to it.
Sure. So you run closer to it, and you are like, you're remembering Oob, you're remembering Latavia, and the schlorps. Based off of the schlorp sound and the way it is moving, this would be very similar to an Oob-like creature.
I think this is like Oob, Mortimer.
Oh shit. Run towards it and say, I know you're confused, I know you're newborn, but what you're heading towards is death.
What you hear is more gurgling and it is continuing to schlorp towards the front line.
Although I do have a separate comprehend languages spell.
Well, if you're burning a spell slot, you let me know.
Yeah, all right. I'll burn a first level spell slot
Oh,
on
first level.
comprehend languages.
Oh yeah, first level. Yeah. What was it? Playtime? Get out of town.
Okay, so I'll just go, what was that?
So as it schlorps away, it says, need to be together.
Oh,
But you've only just become independent. Don't you want to explore yourself? Shit.
Dabrella try and run to get in front of it.
Sure.
Dabrella's gonna run to kind of like stand in front of it and go, wait, can you understand it?
Yeah, we're having a conversation. It says it needs to be together. Any suggestions?
Gotta be together.
It just wants to be together. I think it's a newborn. I don't think it understands complex
Dabrella, it is
concepts.
going to attempt to schlorp around you.
It goes around me.
Yeah, it's gonna schlorp around you, and then go back to its beeline towards the front line.
But it does go around me.
What are you going to do when you get together?
Be together.
Are you going to hurt anyone?
So we'll cut away as Mortimer and Dabrella attempts to have a conversation with, we'll call him Schlorp. Let's head to, why don't we head to the Flora folk side first? So Grinderbin, you rush over to the Flora folk side. You see a slew of soldiers, cactus folk, flower folk, all sorts. Is there anything you are doing while you are running up?
Waving arms, like, hey, like trying to get attention.
Brother, you made it. Oh, good. All right.
You're like, okay, there is some kind of ooze coming that's not attached to the fauna folk and is not attached to us, the flora folk, and it is probably going to become a danger for everybody.
Oh, we've definitely noticed that a lot of our blood is congealing together.
Yeah.
That's super weird.
Yeah, I'm going to point to this scene happening and a big chicken walker.
Okay.
and be like,
I think those people are adding ooze to the pile.
No.
What are they doing?
the ooze came from the forest and it's trying to get with that ooze. And I think when they meet each other, it's going to be a problem.
Oh.
We got to do something to try and stop the ooze from connecting.
I mean, the ooze in the center is kind of already together. That's real weird.
Oh, are those ballistas ready?
Yes, of course. We are ready to battle at the order's call. We've been told to pause, so we're hanging out.
All right, good. Yeah, peace talks are happening.
Yeah.
Those, and we'll point to the fauna folk, be like, they are not your enemy, especially right now.
Yeah, I mean, they are our enemy until we hear from Pando. We're going to cut over to Fauna Folk side.
All right, Sigmar's doing something very similar. He's running over. He's saying like, hey, I just left the peace talks. They're still ongoing. Nothing's changed except that there's a huge ooze on its way here.
A huge
Well, no,
ooze?
there's an ooze on its way here that I think is trying to meet up with all the ooze in the battlefield. Like, are they able to see that?
Yeah, one of the centaurs is like, we think, I know, we're holding off for a little bit. We're seeing that the blood of the Flora folk is congealing. We think it's got to be a trick of theirs. They're going to attack us with their blood. Oh, God.
Yeah, I just came from the forest where Pando's having a talk. I don't think they know what this is. This is something new.
Oh, no.
But we also don't know what it is. And
That's not helpful then.
But at the very least, it's not something the Flora folk are in control over. So if this does become a threat, I think we'll need their help to stop it.
Give me a persuasion check here.
Persuasion.
And
I have a bonus. I have advantage to charisma because of sweet potato pie.
Hey.
you do. I forgot about that.
Advantage.
Oh.
They do need that advantage.
Okay. Wow.
So you're telling me that the plan, but it looks like they're doing it. Oh, I don't know about this.
And just at that moment, what you notice because you are on the fauna folk side is Gratisha Yeatster and another large battalion of fauna folk show up to the front line. You see them maybe kind of in the middle of things, start talking to people.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to Gratisha wherever she is.
Okay, great. We'll cut back to dealing with Schlorp. Schlorp is just schlorping along.
Schlop, whatever happens, you have to stay calm, all right?
Very calm.
Okay, just keep
I
all your...
only know calm.
Everything's fine. Everything's safe.
Great.
I have a feeling the blood of the slain is not going to be very calm.
Says great. He is continuing to
Should I
schlorp.
try and freeze it like Sigmar said?
Oh, God.
Okay. You get to do whatever you want to do,
Okay.
Dabarella and Amy, without talking to anyone else. Amy has to make a decision.
Oh, Amy hates
No one
it.
can say anything at this moment. It's only Amy.
No!
Yeah.
Amy must choose.
Only Amy. I'm going to say you are getting to the point where you are getting into the mud. Like no man's land is right at your toes. Make a call or you do nothing. 5.
Can she run towards the big
4.
one and try and freeze it?
100%.
Yep.
Oh my God. Okay. So you are leaving Schlorp and running to the center of the front line.
Yeah, she's just gonna go, and go.
Oh, fuck.
Seeing Dabarella running, it would be like, do not attack.
You are in the middle of a conversation
Oh, okay.
You
with
cannot see me.
the Flora folk, so I need a perception check to see if you notice Dabarella.
Ooh, okay.
Which,
All right.
by the way, this might be a very important role. What we've established is you are in the middle of convincing them
Right, not to attack.
not to, so I don't know if you would be necessarily checking in on that.
And
So
this is someone who...
this could have disastrous consequences.
Oh, no.
So this will be Grinderbin's very important perception check to see if you notice Dabarella running into the center of no man's land. Perception check.
Well,
Okay.
I will use Flash of Genius on myself
Okay.
to sense friendship. And those that I hold
on for a second.
dear.
what does that mean?
Look,
You know when you just sense
yeah, you
friendship?
sense friendship, Casey. So I add my intelligence modifier to the roll. which is 5, so 25.
I'm having a sense memory of maybe season 1 in which Amy tried to pull a very similar "Can I sense my friends near me?" And I specifically said you cannot be psychic.
Oh, okay.
Could Dabarella have like some weird like innate perception check if her friends are like somewhere nearby? Like she just has such love for her friends. Like she could sense
feel 'em?
if they're near her.
That would no. The
Okay.
quick answer is no. I'm not going
That's
to
fine.
allow you to magically sense your friends. If I give you psychic powers now, you're going to use them again and again. But Flash of Genius. Flash of Genius works a little bit differently, where all of a sudden, you're talking, you go, hey, wait a minute. I should check on that black ooze that's coming.
Yeah, I
right?
should.
Okay, fine. All right, I'll give that to you. I sense friendship.
My arm is really loud.
Clang,
Running very fast.
So for a 25, you
Yeah.
100% notice Dabarella running away from Mortimer and the ooze and into the front line.
Do not shoot her. She's part of the peace negotiation. She's with us.
I see a fauna folk running into the area we agreed not to go
Yes,
into.
she's risking her life to help you.
My roll says differently. I'm gonna need another check from you.
Is it charisma?
It's some sort of charisma check.
Oh, fun fact. You
Yeah.
get advantage on that.
That's true.
Ah!
19.
Still a 19.
I mean, I could use Flash of Genius again.
You could.
I'm okay burning it. I only got so many, but this is for Dabarella. I'll burn it for that.
When you have to figure out a difficulty check, right?
Right.
It's like, how high of a hurdle do you need to run,
Right.
right? This we are in the middle of a war. The Flora folk see a Fauna folk running into the front line.
Yes,
Are you using Flash of
I
Genius?
will absolutely use it.
Okay. I was going to set the DC at 20. That to me that made sense. This would be it would be incredibly difficult to talk soldiers down when an enemy is running towards them. So a Flash of Genius gets you to 24.
All right, cool. Grinderbin would step in front of a ballista or a person with a thing to show.
And that's what we'll say is they get ready to we're going to shoot her with this what are you doing?
She's on our side. She's trying to help you.
Huh? Oh, I guess she's not running towards us. She's running towards the dead bodies.
Okay.
That's weird.
Okay. Mortimer
Okay.
is going to run after Dabarella
Yeah.
with a hand out and go, "Don't do anything. They'll think you're causing it."
What are you doing, Dabarella?
Well, I don't know. We don't have much choice. And she just goes anyway. Keep talking to the ooze.
Have you got an idea of what to say to him? I mean, I'm in favor of letting it get there. You know that. I said that.
Are you running with her?
Okay, I'm going to run for Dabarella and see if I can talk to the other ooze, I guess.
Okay, we will move you right dead center into the center of the battlefield. Hold on, Mortimer, you're going to be behind Dabarella. We are going to say you are near the center, and all of the ooze is starting to come together and slurp and congeal. There is a mighty pool. Oh, here, hold on. We can make a mighty pool.
Can Mortimer shout loud enough to be heard? He has got universal speech on.
No, obviously, this map is not perfectly to scale. These are all representations.
Yeah.
Unless you have magical means to make your voice louder.
I don't think so.
They are very, very far away from each other. They would hear Bloop. Yeah, so I mean, this is, like I said, the battlefield was covered in dead bodies, and all of the blood starts to come together, and so now there is a pool of slurping ooze right in front of you, Dabarella.
Try and freeze it with my ice cream scoop.
Okay.
I mean, that's a big ooze.
Sure is.
Canonically, it can't eat anything that's skeleton or anything that, it can consume it, but it can't disintegrate it.
This is my very good poker face.
I don't like this.
Okay, well, while she's thinking,
Yeah.
we'll address the ooze and say, just don't hurt anyone and we can help you.
And what I'm going to say, because you have universal speech, or because you have comprehend language is active, is you hear a chorus of must come together, must come together, must come together, must come together, must come together.
It's just stuff that wants to come together. That's all it's saying. That's all. That's its only instinct.
Who made it? Like, where does it know where it came from?
Where did you come from?
Must come together, must come together, must come
No,
together,
it's-
must come together,
it's-
must come together.
No, as I say, I'm pretty sure that's the only
Schlorp,
thing in its
schlorp,
head.
and the individual schlorp is coming closer. So we will cut back to Fauna folk. You see Grutisha and a large battalion, a lot of centaur. It's mostly centaurs because that's the art assets we have. But like a lot of different animals are there. And yeah, she's kind of in the center. So are you moving more towards the center?
Yeah, I want to kind of cut her off because she's not heading like into the thing. She just showed up.
She just showed up.
Okay.
She is now conferring with other people that are there.
Okay.
She is a leader of the
Right.
Fauna folk army. Yeah.
Gratisha?
Sigmar.
I thought
She's looking up. Sigmar.
I thought Dehydre said that you guys were supposed to stay at camp.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing here with more soldiers?
And she'll turn and kind of look to all the centaurs around her. We feel that Dehydre is not making the best decisions in the interest of the war.
Oh, snap.
This is how all of you feel? And he's like talking to, I guess, any other...
Oh, all the centaurs, they're like, oh, yeah!
Can I see Moonlight? That's her name?
Can you see Moonlight? Would Moonlight come? You cannot see Moonlight. You see the group of people, and Moonlight is not among them.
All right, I'm going to go back to addressing Gratisha.
Yeah.
The situation is a lot more complicated than you might think. There's something going on right now, and it's not about the Flora folk.
War is complicated. There's nothing complicated, though, in continuing our action. In moving forward, not being afraid of the war. Not shooting yet, but
Okay.
everybody's cocking.
Have we noticed Gratisha and the extra reinforcements?
There'd be no way you'd be able to hear that.
Can we just in our desperate search for answers, have we looked around and noticed?
Roll me a natural 20.
Well, we've got one in reserve.
That's true. Roll me a natural 20 perception check, and you can notice.
I don't know if that's...
I need to save it for the Hail Mary of all needed passes.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not a natural 20.
20.
You don't notice.
All right, guess we're stuck with Blobby McGee.
I do apologize, Sigmar. This is
So like she's
the
amping them up.
new war group is pumped up and full of piss and testosterone.
Like what you're doing right now is basically treason. Dehydre's in the middle of peace talks right now.
And when we win this battle, the peace talks will be that much easier. Oh yeah, not afraid. Oh, I'm out of shells now. Hold on. That's
All right,
how
in
shotguns
a
work.
panic, can Sigmar look back towards the battlefield to see what's going on and notice them? Because prior to that, he'd be distracted. I don't think he'd know that they were out in the middle.
We're all perceptions here today. Give me a perception check.
All right.
This is a pretty big deal. It would take a pretty hard, much like Grinderbin, I need an over 20. These are a couple single people in the middle of a battlefield.
Oh.
you don't see shit.
You know
Quite
that
a
the
bit
shotgun
less.
shell hits you in the face. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I was cocking my shotgun. All the shells went flying. Oh. So,
But can I, at the very least, tell Gratisha, like, there's an ooze
Oh, sure.
in the center of the battlefield. We know for a fact it is not the Flora folks doing. This is, if you were to attack now, who knows what could happen? Everyone could be
She
in
doesn't
danger.
care. It's not her. It's not been her the whole time.
What? It's not her. What does that mean?
what does that mean? Interesting.
What do you mean it's not her?
I don't think it's ever been
She's
her.
a changeling.
And
I
Gratisha,
reckon it's Sebastian Pierce.
Gratisha will talk back to you.
Oh, sorry. That was like breaking my brain.
Gratisha is pissed. Piss is Gratisha.
Oh my god.
So she'll talk back to you and goes, "There's a black ooze. Where did it come from?"
We don't know.
Deception check. You son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, boy.
Oh, who
Okay,
knows
all
where
right.
this
Came
That's
from.
fair. That's
We have
fair.
no idea.
You lying son of a bitch. I love it.
She needs not
yeah.
that information right now.
If there's a black ooze, we will deal with that once the battle is over. Battalions, get prepared. Let's everyone blah blah blah. Everyone blah blah blah. Center of the battlefield. Amy, you have had a good breath to think of a decision you are making. Please tell me what you are doing.
She starts to think about Oob and the ooze, and it's all too much. And so she puts her scoop away. She's like, fuck this. I'm not doing this.
Schlorp is slurping closer.
Stand back.
I think she's just going to let it combine.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Be ready to leg it.
Oh, really?
Mortimer, just get back. And
Dabs, you get back too. If I'm going back, you need to get back.
What are you doing, Dabarella? 5, 4,
Bye-bye.
3,
get moving.
2.
Get
Okay,
moving.
okay. You are running away. Okay,
Yeah.
great. And what happens is the ooze starts slurping all over each other. The ooze from Pando joins in. Mortimer, because you still have comprehend language, must come together, must come together, must come together, must come together, must come together. It starts like sucking up plant bodies from the battlefield. It starts sucking up downed fauna folk from the battle people. The ooze like reaches out and grabs stuff. What you two see as you run away is ooze sprouting up from underground. Here's something everyone's gonna notice, by the way.
Oh, that's a big ooh.
It's a lot of skeletons.
On the battlefield, it starts scooping up all of these bodies. The black ooze bubbles up from underground. It all congeals together, and what everyone hears is, "Hi, I'm Vachira."
Shit.
I'm gonna look at the person next to me who's like, what is he saying? Ooh, the what?
I think they're saying Vachira. That's the Omniod.
Oh.
Oh, fuck. Ad break. I assume.
Adventure Is Nigh plushies at sharkrobot.com. Adventure Is Nigh dice at diceenvy.com. Or for direct links to all of our merch, head on over to adventureisnigh.horse.
We are now in initiative.
Right.
Movement's gonna be very wibbly wobbly as you are in a battlefield situation. And so I'm going to allow for more, we're gonna be looser with your movement regulations. You will not be able to cross the entirety of the battlefield in one movement, but we're not gonna limit you to the 20, 60 feet that you are normally, And so the way I am going to work this is Fauna folk have an initiative, Flora folk have an initiative, Vachera has initiative, and you four have initiative. Okay. Cool?
Wow. Half of us are single digit numbers. Over half of us.
Great initiative. So, Grinderbin, because obviously you've been doing a relatively good job, like tempering the Flora folk into like, oh, there's something bigger happening. They're like, I think it just happened.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. We've heard Pando talk about the Omnigod before. I didn't think it would be that creepy, I'll be honest with you. Okay, what they are going to do is they are going to call all of their ranged weapons. They have ballistas, they have
Catapults.
not the other one.
Trebuchets.
Trebuchets.
Yeah.
One side has catapults, the other side has trebuchets. I thought that was fun. They're gonna like aim all your trebuchets, get you the ballistas ready to go, and basically they're going to take their turn to ready all of their weaponry towards Vachera.
Okay.
Sigmar, as you are arguing with Gratisha, fuck.
Can I also say, y'all denied for so long. You're like, they're not the same. I'm like, I'm telling you right now, they're oobs, and it's gonna go form a prime move. And seriously, you're all going, no.
Yeah, I didn't think it was the same.
Nah,
You're right.
You completely
I believed
wrong.
you.
Thank
All right,
you.
fine.
I believed you.
What? You believed me.
Poker face.
Gratisha notices.
She rolled a 1.
You almost made me spit out my water. Everyone around you is stunned silence.
Believe me now.
This is a Flora folk weapon.
Fuck are you talking about?
Stunned silent.
Can I have meticulous observer? Can I like from where I am, because I know it's really big, can I make out any specifics about it that could give me like insights? Like it announced itself as Oob Vichera. I know who Oob is. I just heard who Vichera is. Is there anything in terms of looking at it that can either confirm or like maybe give me pause to think like this isn't what it says it is, or like there's something about it that's weird?
I need to, for the info, I mean, you can 100% do this. I need you to give me like a specific
like
question.
what I'm trying to figure out from Sigmar's perspective. He has grown up hearing stories of an Omni god, which is what spawned Muzz and basically like the celestial folk.
Correct.
This being Vichera, which Pando is saying is the same as the Omni god.
Correct.
But having this decidedly plant focus seems counter to everything he knows.
Correct.
So is this something that he can realize this is true, or this is kind of a fallacy? Like there's something off about what I know based from that history, or is this like the realization of that history?
Ooh, okay, I need 2 checks from you. One, yes, perception or investigation with advantage. And then we're going to see if you get a second check.
Oh.
Rolled a 19, got a 22 on perception. So you have obviously like, you know, and I don't know if we've ever pinned down what you believe as far as like whether you are a child of Muzz or infected by Muzz, or if you
like
care.
Like it's background noise to him. Like he's not devout, but like that's kind of just what things are.
Yeah.
But now the talking to gods, like he's starting to kind of think more about it. And it's like, okay, is that real? And it's like, well, this is reality in front of me.
Sure.
That's the back and forth he's, I guess, trying to perceive right now.
Then what we're gonna do here is something relatively fun.
And I got a quick question when you're done.
Okay. What is your question?
Everyone was able to understand Oob Vichera.
Correct.
When prior no one could, but Mortimer.
Correct.
Is like there's a reason for that?
You weren't there.
Here's what Amy can infer. We met a baby Oob before that could talk, but he was Oob Florentine. I believe he had absorbed enough memories that he was able to talk and communicate like a person.
Common folk,
that hadn't absorbed anything yet. So that had no way of speaking. Again, I think we need to speak to Betty and find out what the fuck is going on.
Betty has
But anyway,
no.
her
she has very
dad
little to
was
do
a
with this.
fucking prime Oob.
That's his issue.
I mean,
But
Betty
how
probably
did it
knows
happen?
something.
We need to be talking to them because again, this shit was at the cabin that Molcup person.
Betty was a prisoner of a prime Oob for who knows how many years. If she knew how to defeat it, don't you think
I
she
don't
would have
think
done?
she knows how to defeat it. I say that once this thing is hopefully downed, I think we need to talk to her and find out what the fuck is going on because it's all connected. This one's calling itself a god. This one's saying it like this one's using the name of an Omni god. That's weird.
Yeah.
It's
weird.
That is weird. Okay, so Sigmar,
Yes.
you are starting to swirl all of this in your mind. You, of course, have heard of the Omni God, as you know. In general, the Aasimar some believe they are children, some believe they are infected by the angel of the Omni God Muzz Skillings.
Pando claims the Omni God is called Vichera.
Yeah.
This is claiming that it is Vichera.
Right.
Does anything about this line up with everything I've been taught about what the Omni God is to the Aasimar?
And I'm going to say you believe there is truth in Oob Vichera being Vichera because at that moment.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Oh!
They've been mates in season 1.
As soon as it congeals and speaks the name, your Aasimar wings sprout from your back. The wings of the fallen angel.
Does that feel like anything to him? Like,
these are
Roll a D12.
wings erupt from your back. You, I'm gonna these are ethereal, so you know they're made of light and energy and all that fun stuff. I will say you are this is full blown, white angel eyes, angel wings. You definitely know that they sprouted out. It does not hurt you.
all right, just checking.
Yeah. That would be real shitty
It
of
would
me.
be so funny.
And so you know that there is at very least a presence of the Omnigod.
Right. This confirms it.
As for the first time in Aasimar history, as far as you know, an Aasimar has sprouted wings.
Wow.
Wow.
Which is a little backstory. Kind of the goal of the Aasimar in general is to reach their true angelic form.
Be closer to Muzz, who was an angel, right?
Correct. So, guess what? There's at very least the presence of the Omnigod here.
Now that this has occurred, like his attention is a little split.
You think?
Like it is a lot. Yeah, it's like is everything real? But no, because that's Vichera, and Vichera is a big oob. I need answers. Sigmar can fly, right?
Sigmar can fly. You can.
Can I get in range to try and talk to? Because if this is Vichera, I'm suspecting it's a celestial and should be able to be understood.
You can. The way it works is when your wings are out, you can fly up to your movement speed. On your turn, you can get about halfway to Vichera.
Can I then
Vichera
use my blink arrow to shoot as close to him as possible and then fly up to like where his face is?
Son of a bitch. Of course you can. Of course you can. Roll me a d20 just in case you roll a nat 1. I'm not going to make you like aim for anything in particular. I just want to know if you can fail hard here.
Hey! Where do you want to go?
Son of a bitch. Okay, 100%. Your arrow reaches its maximum distance. You immediately blink towards the over the center of that gap that I told you about, and then you are able to, with the grace of an angel, fly towards Vichera. You two see someone flying with angel wings.
Is that
Okay, so now it is Vichera's turn. You two started running before Vichera revealed itself, so I'm not going to make you make any saving throws. You are still, though, relatively close. So what Oob is going to do is gather more things. So kind of scooping and absorbing. Then it is the Fauna folks' turn, and the Fauna folks are going to take a pass on their turn. They are far too dazed. They just saw Vichera. Sigmar sprouted wings and flew away. Their de facto leader is a little gobsmacked. Just hold. Hold. Just, trying to hold back centaurs. Mortimer. If on your turn, what I will say is, you do notice that Sigmar is flying past you.
Do we know that guy? Where is Christopher Walken?
Christopher Walken was left on the hill.
Right.
If you want to get to Christopher Walken, I will say you can get relatively close to Christopher Walken on a turn if you want to spend all your turn moving.
Okay, I'm going to run into shouting distance to Christopher Walken.
Okay, here, we'll move you like, bye. Okay.
And then I'll shout to Dory.
Yeah.
And say, go to Grinderbin, say the following. Suicide charge. Throw out that idea.
Okay. I'm a door, so I don't fully understand what you're saying, but off to Grinderbin! A Dory enters initiative.
Bearing in mind that rogues can dash as a bonus action, can I get back into Sigmar's hearing range?
Ooh. You can rogues can move. Like that is a thing. Okay, fine. Yeah, you can run back.
And now that Sigmar's in earshot,
Sure.
I'm going to give him a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
You got this, wingy boy. Just keep it busy.
Wingy boy.
Wingy boy.
All right.
Those are some kick-ass wings, by the way.
Oh, now you have bardic inspiration.
Nice.
All right. Grinderbin.
Okay, well, I'm really glad that everybody's moving their ballistas to this thing.
Yeah.
And that it looks like the other side's not attacking. I don't think I can affect them anymore. Like, I don't think I can persuade them one way or another.
Okay.
So Grinderbin will start running towards their friends.
Okay.
Also, do I notice Sigmar? Or is just like, who's flying?
Who's right? What I'm going to say is I will allow for a turn you to get about halfway. You can give me a perception check to see if you notice someone flying. I think that's a normal thing to notice, but let's see if you notice if it's Sigmar.
There's a lot happening. So
There's
I
a
won't
lot
be
happening.
surprised
This is a big one.
if I don't. 21 though.
21. Okay. 100%. You know Sigmar.
All right, just-
Sigmar has wings.
When did he get those?
Dabarella, it's been clear, you noticed Sigmar. Mortimer ran away for a hot minute, then ran right back and yelled at Sigmar. Oob Vichera.
Sigmar, you look so badass! Davarella is going to cast Guardian of Faith.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Might as well fight monster with monster. So Guardian of Faith is a large spectral guardian, which we have discussed, much like Shrek 2, is probably going to look like a very big toasty.
Nice.
That then gets a little shield and sword.
Oh.
Yep.
So, as your action, you cast Guardian of Faith, and a giant toasty cinnamon buns sprouts forward with a shield featuring the visage of tartar sauce and a mighty guardian sword.
Nice.
I'm here to protect you, Dabarella.
Aww.
So, anything else you're doing on your turn?
Might cast my spiritual weapon, but not attack with it.
Okay, sure. You're gonna cast your spoon.
Yeah.
Toasty Cinnamon Guardian is out, and your Spectral Spoon is out. Okay. It is the Flora folks' turn, and they are going to fire the ballistas.
I had a feeling they were going to do that. And I was not going to be able to stop them.
I mean, there's a giant thing.
Yeah.
They fire their ballistas. One goes wide. 2 hits, and 3 hits. So 2 of these giant arrows hit.
Ooh, how's Oob react to that?
Yeah, I mean, I half expect him to not react at all or just absorb them and get bigger.
What you would all notice is you don't notice a reaction from Oob. That much like stabbing earlier, that doesn't necessarily mean it didn't take damage. It's just it's not reacting in any
What
way.
is pain?
It doesn't feel pain.
Yeah, it doesn't feel pain.
Okay, Sigmar, you are floating approximately face height, the face made of skeletons. Thanks, Omar. You are floating approximately face height to Oob Vichera.
Do you understand me?
And all of you would hear that, a giant.
What are you doing here?
We came together
For what purpose?
to come together. must find more Oob. More Vichera.
But why? Is something controlling you?
Oob Vichera controls Oob Vichera.
And it like wiggles an arm.
See?
What happens when all of the Oob is combined?
We'll be together.
I think it's clear what level this thing's operating on.
This thing is a tool of something? Like, why does this want to do this? Why is this inside of the plants, and why does whatever's inside the plants have this level of agency?
Why does the simplest life form want to reproduce?
All of the Celestials have been making peoples. There is a Celestial that has made this person.
This thing is clearly dangerous. There's like a lot of people's lives in danger. But it's not hostile. But like its intentions are super vague right now. It's hard to gauge how to react to it,
Right.
Because we don't know what it intends to do.
I think it's going to try to absorb us all. That's my thinking.
I mean, it hasn't tried. Like
It's been absorbing the
innate.
bodies
Yeah.
it's grabbing like junk so far.
and bodies. More importantly, bodies.
It would probably go to the biggest source of ooze that we are aware of, which would probably be the Golden Forest.
If you want an insight check, I can allow that. Or nature, or
Sigmar was transformed because of this thing's presence.
Correct.
Is there any sort of innate connection that he could glean why this thing has come together?
Do you
Like-
want a religion check?
I mean, I'm not the most religious.
Because without
getting more religious by
spoiling
the moment.
anything, it would be a religion check.
do I still have... Oh, I can do the +5 to...
Okay, so yeah, you can still have the +5
All right.
from the golden apple pie.
And
And
because I am radiating in the light of what's the name, can I get advantage?
power gamers. We're dealing with power gamers.
No, like it makes sense. Like regularly Sigmar,
Okay.
isn't super religious. He's engulfed in like the spirit of his his people or whatever.
Ooh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to encourage character-based bullshit. Anytime you can like incorporate roleplay, I will encourage it. So 100%.
Okay, so
I
I'm
will
gonna roll this with advantage.
and a +5.
And +5 gets you to...
Gets you to 19. A 19 religion check. You are trying to and describe for me what it is you are trying to understand here. Its motivations.
Yeah,
it's
I like this thing is celestial.
yeah.
I feel that. But what does it want to accomplish? Like, why is it here now?
You don't sense malevolence. You don't sense a dark, like overthrowing the world or anything. What I'm going to say is the thing coming off of it feels base and natural, kind of what Mortimer might have been shouting to you, where it's just this is instinct, and what you are sensing here is like things naturally come together, but not malevolent and not hostile.
Okay.
It's the Omniod because it wants to be one thing.
Yeah, it's the Dead Space thing.
It wants to unite.
Something you should know, I've never played Dead Space.
Okay.
The closer you get to it, you feel a powerful connection as far as you and Aasimar and it, Uba Vichera. You feel a holy, you would describe it as a religious holy connection.
But Grinderbin wouldn't.
Sigmar, just hit it.
But that's the thing, like, there's zero instinct in him that says to hit this thing. This thing is a result of mass death. Like without the amount of death caused by this war, it couldn't have got to this state. So is there a way to reverse that?
Give birth to a lot of things very quickly.
Necromancy.
Everybody, fuck.
The thing that's tripping Sigmar up is that it called itself God. Like, are we supposed to just kill God right now?
So what? Anyone can just say they're a god. I could say, hey, Sigmar, I'm a god, and I command thee to destroy this thing.
And Sigmar, you feel a holy presence.
That's the thing. Like,
holy.
he's saying it.
Yeah.
Sigmar knows it.
Sigmar knows you are in the presence of something very deity-like.
Godlike.
I'm not making any headway speaking with it.
Right.
From my vantage point, I'm assuming I can at the very least see Big Ass Toasty.
Oh, yeah. You, and what I'll say is, from your vantage point, you saw Big Ass Toasty. Mortimer yelled at you. Dabrella
also yelled up
so,
at me,
yeah,
yeah.
you see Mortimer, Dabrella. You see Grinderbin is running on the way. You see everybody.
Okay, so I want to fly towards their area.
Sure.
I think I have enough movement to do that.
Sure, why not? We're being pretty dang loosey-goosey.
And I want to just let them know we need to stop this thing.
Oh, do you think, Sigmar? Yeah, we were just talking about taking it out for crumpets, but now you've come along. Yeah, I think we probably should stop this thing.
But I think this might be the ASMR god.
Are you going to get all weird about this?
I'm already weird. I've got wings.
I don't want to have a fucking theological debate with you right now, Sigmar. But all I know is, all a god is something that's got more power and is just as stupid and fickle and idiotic as the rest of us. So I'm just going to do what I can to stop this thing.
I mean, I'm with you there.
Something I forgot to do at the top of initiative was to have the Christopher Walken come up to Grinderbin. Christopher Walken and Dory get up to you and says,
Mortimer says suicide run. Does that mean anything to you, Grinderbin?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm here now.
That's really good. I'm glad you're here.
Okay,
Dory.
well,
All right, follow me. We're getting closer.
okay.
So it is Vicera's turn, and what you see it do on its turn is, while it was kind of taking in objects last turn, it definitely dug, some pits, and now you see like its skull will kind of like turn up, and you'll see all of its tendrils like, and it is trying to siphon more ooze from the ground, and you see little bloop, 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 little spurts kind of feeding it, and you see it inflate in size a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's getting worse.
Fauna folk start getting their shit together.
Oh, thanks for joining us.
So something is going to happen over there. Mortimer, it is your turn.
Okay.
You cannot talk to Grinderbin. They are far off. You do see them and Christopher Walken running in your direction. They are far away.
I will run and meet them halfway.
Oh, okay, great. You run over and meet with Grinderbin. Okay.
What's a suicide run?
Hear me out. I don't know about you, but I can't sprout wings, and I can't make giant gingerbread men guardians up here, so I'm feeling a little bit out of my depth. What I do know is that your magic jiggery-pokery contraption here has a lot of fuckery with space and time going on inside of it.
Oh, yeah, definitely does.
Now, again, I don't know much about how that works, but is there anything we can do to use that technology to contain that? If we just throw Christopher Walken into the middle of that and just turn its whole bigger on the inside technology inside out, what would happen?
Grinderbin spent way too long.
I am curious.
Jesse loves Christopher Walken.
I do love Christopher Walken.
I can see.
I love it too, but you
can
made
see-
it once, you can make it again.
I can make some rolls. Like, my initial thought is absolutely not, because as soon as you remove the power, the dam from the hole would seal. Is what I'm thinking.
Make some rolls.
All right, what do you want me
We
to
need
roll?
some outside the box thinking right now, you big mushroom bastard.
Make some roll. This is an Arcana check, so basically, as long as you don't roll a 1.
1 in 20.
Yeah.
Well, how about a 2? It's not a 1, Jack.
Holy fuck.
My goodness.
It's not a 1.
But it's a 17.
That's still a 17. But
Yeah.
I think that's the lowest Arcana roll I've ever made.
you you're cutting it real dang close right there. The way in which your chicken walker works is, like a perpetual black hole machine.
Right.
You have used all of your platinum. You have used magic that would have made you insanely wealthy had you just held on to it to get the device and contraption and the black hole within a black hole to loop in on itself. Initial thought is there is 100% a way to tear open the engine of your perpetual motion machine to gobble up this creature.
How?
Well, fuck. I did not think you were going to go here.
Technobabble. Just give him some technobabble.
Some Star Trek-esque technobabble.
De-incline the opposite of the Klein bottle
Yes,
to
reverse
facilitate
if you just reverse the
polarity.
polarity of the dilithium crystal.
And then the Mobius strip unwind it to infinity, and then it'll,
It's a bag of holding.
Right.
If that tears from the inside, what it says rules as written from the Dungeon Master's Guide, the bag of holding. If the bag is overloaded, pierced, or torn, it ruptures and is destroyed, and its contents are scattered in the astral plane.
So we'd be sending it
To the
back to
astral
the astral
plane.
plane.
That sounds like a good place for it.
So,
Oh, that sounds terrible.
well, but here's the thing. You did that surgically
right.
to basically make a perpetual black hole to energize Christopher Walken. There is 100% a way to rupture it.
Also, I'm going to be honest. Just sending a thing that wants to absorb everything just into the astral realm sounds like it's just going to be something that
Condemning it there.
absorbs the
Yeah.
astral realm and becomes a larger problem.
Well, it won't be our problem for right now.
Sending it to the astral plane sounds fucking bad if it hasn't been torched down first.
Yeah.
Because if it just goes and consumes everything there, we're twice as fucked.
But
Yeah,
it can't be talked down. Like
I
it's-
legitimately
I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
that we can reason like it
I
has
think we have to burn the boon.
I think we got to talk to Jeremy.
Knowing what we know about Celestials, this is probably, there is a Celestial in there related to you, and you don't want to hurt the Celestial, but that doesn't mean whatever this thing is, we could then just attempt to kill it after, but I do think there is something in there that needs to come out and go back where it came from.
Is the astral
Or
plane the same as
Jeremy.
the ethereal plane?
I was going to ask that too.
Is the astral plane that place with all the rocks we ran into when we were looking through Fuzzy Hug's bottom?
We do not know.
You 100% don't know what that was. So you're not going to trick me there.
Yeah, we don't know what that was.
Like, obviously, we homebrew our world stuff. The bag of holding says astral plane. What I am going to say is we use ethereal plane a lot for a lot of bullshit. And so when I say astral plane, I do mean ethereal plane.
Okay. I will tell you in character, Grindelwald would not throw it to a plane, not knowing what it would do there.
Sure.
Because making
Yeah.
it someone else's problem is not the solution.
So your decision is you want to try to contact Jeremy.
Okay, minor illusion of Jeremy's symbol.
You conjure the name
Yeah.
of Jeremy, and you all start thinking.
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Paging Mr. Jeremy.
And what you hear is,
Oh, God. But connection.
No.
Jeremy, can you hear us?
Like every other word.
Okay.
The no hopes, dreams. Not powerful.
Uh-oh.
the hopes
Oh,
and
boy.
dreams.
The hopes and dreams that Vorathax is draining.
Weakens our connection.
Oh man, this needs to be a
no.
Tinkerbell shit, doesn't it? We
gotta
need to make
believe.
everyone believe.
Yeah.
We need to make everyone believe.
Oh no.
We got to use our boon.
All right.
Yes, boo.
Reach out to my symbol. Use your boon.
We are okay. We're using the boon. We are summoning Jeremy.
Yeah, well,
All of you?
Yeah, we're all reaching out.
Fuck it. Yep.
Yep.
We need you, Jeremy.
Jeremy,
doing?
we need you.
You owe us one, big boy.
It only
Okay.
took 4 seasons.
So here's what happens. You all reach out to the symbol of Jeremy, and what you notice is like Ubvichera is like,
Hey, buddy.
and time stops.
Oh, thank goodness.
You see like the grass stops moving. All the soldiers who are like, "Ah." All time stops as the world around you changes.
Who does it?
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Grinderbin,
Hi.
you recognize this as a realm of light and emotion. This is feelings and thoughts manifesting themselves as walls and desks and bread. But like maybe you go up to that desk and like you phase through it. When?
Hey guys!
Jeremy?
Jeremy?
Yeah, what's up?
Is this your apartment?
Oh yeah, this is my home. Glad you guys could come here.
And that's where we're gonna end the episode.
I got some cereal, maybe some sandwich stuff. We're gonna hang out. It'll be great.
As long as time stopped, I guess, yeah.
Thanks everybody for watching and or listening to this episode of Adventure Is Nigh. Season 4, The Cat's Paw, brought to you by Foundry VTT, where you can make any map you want and import it, even if that map belongs to the ethereal realm. Thanks Foundry VTT for powering this season of Adventure Is Nigh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, bye.
Tune in next time for the final episode, or unless we split it up.
I mean, this, who knows?
Bye.